Hey everybody, this is Glidercat and it's time to play. Today, wow, do I have a cool game to show you. It's called JUNKPUNK. Now right at the top, I need to emphasize that this is an early preview video, so a lot of what you see could change significantly as the game is developed. We're going to take a really early look at the game, so just keep that in mind. Also, if you happen to be watching this several months after it posted, then this video may be and is likely out of date. I'll try to link to an updated video in the comments when I have one available, but again, when we do these very early looks at games, the videos do tend to have a short shelf life, so just keep that in mind. And with that out of the way, I'd love getting an early look at games, and I hope you do too, so let's dive in. Now for this video, I'm just going to jump right in to showing you the current early access trailer for JUNKPUNK. There's no dialogue in the trailer, but just the same, I'm not going to talk over it so that you can just kind of take it in. So it is a very dark video, not in subject matter, but just visually it's dark, which isn't great for YouTube. I'm not sure that I can, but if I can, I'll try to lighten it a little bit when I process the video. Anyway, here we go with the early access trailer. Okay, that was the trailer. Looks pretty cool, right? Now, let's talk a bit about the game while some additional footage and images run in the background. So the name of the game is JUNKPUNK. You might see it displayed as two separate words in places, but I checked with the developers and it's meant to be a single word, so just JUNKPUNK is one word. Now, it's being developed by a studio called C Corp Technologies, or SCT. This studio has a few games under their belt already. Maybe most notably in my mind would be a game called Gunsmith, if you happen to be familiar with that one. Incidentally, I've had my eyes on Gunsmith for quite some time, and several reviewers have recommended that game to me as well, since there's a lot of factory automation to that game, so you might want to check it out. I'm keeping an eye on it as well, and trying to determine if it's a good fit for the channel or not. If you do have any thoughts about Gunsmith, let me know in the comments. Anyway, let's get back to JUNKPUNK. The game is not yet available in early access, and I'm guessing we're still very, very early in its development, so it might be a while before we can get our hands on it and play it. In fact, there's actually not a lot of information available about the game just yet, but I'm going to tell you what I know, show you some of the available gameplay footage, and at least get the game on your radar. Now, JUNKPUNK does have a store page on Steam, so you can go there and add it to your wish list and or follow it in order to keep up with developments. I've obviously done that a couple weeks ago when I first discovered it, and I do plan to keep a very close eye on it myself. The game also has a Discord server, and the studio has a YouTube channel which has some videos featuring JUNKPUNK. You know, it's a studio, this is the studio's YouTube channel, so they have some videos of their other games as well. But it's a good place to find JUNKPUNK. I'll put a link to both of those in the description. And I'm also going to recommend that you subscribe to their YouTube channel, since it appears to have more video footage than what's currently available even on Steam. Now, if you visit the Discord, don't forget to tell them that Glidercat sent you. And with any luck, maybe they'll provide me with some exclusive gameplay footage or extra early access, so I can make some more content about the game for you. That would all be very cool. But yeah, if you mentioned that Glidercat sent you when you went to the Discord, that would help me out quite a bit. All right, so what's the game about? The Steam description for JUNKPUNK reads as follows. JUNKPUNK is a survival base building game where a new World Robotics (NWR) ship has crash landed. You and any other survivors must clean this ruined planet and prepare it for habitable life. It will be a long journey of transformation where you decide how to transform your environment. Now, in some of the game description I've found, they say you'll be able to build a base, including a futuristic lab, which I assume means that you're going to have a tech tree that you can work through. And here we can see some footage of what looks like some base building taking place, with the robot character placing foundations, building a basic structure, and then placing some machines. So that all looks really cool to me. We also saw what looked to be the spaceship that you crashed onto the planet in. And if you look closely, you'll spot that NWR logo, which pertains to the new World Robotics company whose ship it is. So that all looks very cool. Now, the developers say that automation is going to be a big part of the game, and that you'll be building huge machines that will help you on your way. And here we can see the robot character is placing some cool looking machines, connecting them with conveyors, and then even hooking up power from what looks like a very cool looking turbine. So whatever. I keep saying that looks cool, but that looks cool. So the developers have mentioned that JUNKPUNK is not going to be focused on automation to the degree that, say, a game like Satisfactory is, but that it does play a key role in helping you terraform the planet. Now, the game is going to include a huge open world that you can explore, and there will be plenty of POIs or points of interest to check out. Here we can see some of that exploration taking place in what looks to be one of those POIs. Now, I'm not exactly certain, but again, looks very nice, I'll say this time. The developers say they plan to create a real-time, growing and changing world dependent on the level of pollution. Most of us have probably seen that pollution mechanic in a lot of other games. I think it makes a lot of sense in a game like this. Very neat. Again, it all looks very cool. I can't wait to see more. Now, as you may or may not know, there are some game publishers out there that will put out great looking game trailers, kind of like what we're seeing here. And then naturally you get all excited about the game you see in the trailer, only to find out later on that there actually isn't even a development team working on it. And the trailer that caught your eye was just something known as a concept tester. So you may or may not be familiar with this, this practice, but as a games researcher, if you do any research on games significantly, you're very aware of this process, or this practice, I should say. In fact, there's one publisher that's notorious for doing this, and you'll likely know who that is if you tend to research games. Now, as I research games for the Glidercat channel, I run across a ton of these phony games. They end up wasting a ton of my time, and they drive me a little bit crazy. So why am I bringing that up? I bring it up because when I first saw the footage for JUNKPUNK, That was my first thought. I'm like, oh no, here's yet another fake game. Better not get my hopes up. But man, was I happy when I found out who the team behind JUNKPUNK is. Like I mentioned earlier, the studio is called C Corp Technologies, or SCT, and they already have a great track record. Now, the developers have emphasized that they're eagerly going to be seeking feedback from the community as they develop JUNKPUNK, and I believe they will actually put their money where their mouth is on this front. From what I've seen with their other game, Gunsmith, they're very active at engaging with the community. I've spent some time in the Gunsmith Discord. I've looked at the Steam discussion forums for Gunsmith, and developers on that on the development team have been very engaged. So that gives me a lot of confidence in the team behind the game, and another reason to be excited about JUNKPUNK. And that's important, right? There's a ton of, I don't know if you guys see them, but I see a ton of cool looking trailers and great looking games. And then a lot of the teams just kind of drop off and disappear. So like I said, it gives me a lot of confidence that there's a team behind this game that's already delivered and kind of shown what they can do. Now, as I usually do, I did reach out to the developers of JUNKPUNK directly to see if they'd be willing to provide me with an early build or some of their own gameplay footage that I could showcase for you here, but they've been a little reluctant to do so at this point. People familiar with the Glidercat channel will already know that I work pretty hard to get my viewers the earliest possible scoop on cool new games like Astro Colony, Captain of Industry, and a bunch of others, and now JUNKPUNK. So I went ahead and put this video together for you with all the information about the game that I could possibly find. Now, it just looks like a really cool game, and I simply couldn't wait to get this one on your radar. Hope you enjoy it. And that's it. My early preview of JUNKPUNK, short and sweet. Now, I hope you enjoyed learning about the game. Again, I'm pretty excited about it, and I can't wait to learn more about it. I'm going to be keeping very close tabs on this game and watching it develop. As I mentioned earlier, I'll put a bunch of links for the game in the description. And again, I really recommend you subscribe to their YouTube channel if this is a game that interests you. I think that's your best chance at catching new gameplay footage as soon as it comes out. And again, if I can get a hold of more footage or get a hold of an early access build or something, I intend to put out a video pretty fast, as soon as I can, basically. This is a game I'm pretty excited about. Again, it goes without saying, I'll be following the development of JUNKPUNK quite closely, so if you're not already subscribed to the Glidercat channel, you may want to do so, because again, I am super eager to get more JUNKPUNK on the channel as soon as I have more to show you. Lastly, if you're new to the channel, do yourself a favor and check out my first look playlist. There's a ton of cool new games in that playlist, just like JUNKPUNK. I mentioned a couple of the other ones, Astro Colony and Captain of Industry earlier. Also great games to check out. I'll put a link to that in the description, and you can just skim through the list. I know you'll find something you like on that playlist. And with that, this is Glidercat saying thanks so much for watching. I truly appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.